There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Monday, February 2nd. We're getting ready for Super Bowl week. Should be a great time to get started here on a Monday with NBA, college basketball, and NHL. Big card tonight on the ice. 4 games in the NBA, and we'll just look at a couple of college basketball games. Not the best schedule going. We got a couple of big games to look at here tonight, and thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Appreciate you coming in. Pretty fun weekend, of course, here with our tennis action last night. I think we were able to comment on the win there by Joker there. So we can just recap what went on yesterday in the NBA and NHL. We'll get right to the show. Here, there was also some very good college basketball games yesterday, some thrillers, actually. So settle in, and we'll have a great show here. We had some winners on the Morning Steam yesterday, of course, in the NBA. Orlando and San Antonio game to go under. We had a winner here on the show. Also was able to bring it home with the Lakers and the Knicks game to go under yesterday. The Knicks taking care of business there. Also winner here in the NHL yesterday with the Boston Bruins on the puck line. They lost that game, could you believe it, at the Winter Stadium Series Classic, as the Bruins led the game 5-1 at one point, and Tampa comes all the way back. We had a goalie fight in the game, second goalie fight of the year, but the first ever outdoor goalie fight, I guess, there, and Tampa Bay comes back to win it in a shootout. And the Bruins, Pasta had the chance to tie it there, and he banged it off the crossbar. Actually was tipped by Vasilevsky just barely, and that might have been enough to make it deflect up and go off the crossbar. But a really exciting game there, and Tampa Bay was wearing their Tampa Bay Buccaneers jerseys out there before the game. That was something to see as they walked into the arena there. So also the college basketball games did see Nebraska lose again, 78-69 against Illinois, second top 5 loss in a row for Nebraska. So they are human, and maybe they're just semi-regular, as they are 20-2 now there, I believe, after that 20-0 start. So Florida rocked Alabama 102-77. Tulsa over Wichita State 93-83. Tulane edge Memphis 78-76. Colorado shocked TCU by 26 points. There we had some winners here on the Morning Steam yesterday as part of our coverage, but it was few and far between, really, as far as the college ranks are concerned. But we did have the over in the game between Wichita State and Tulsa. Tulsa, their offense, man, they can do it inside, they can do it outside. They shot over 70% two-pointers yesterday, and they're number 4 in the country in three-point shooting. So with Tulsa, they really can get it done. Watch for them. I'd mark them as a sleeper there, maybe to crawl into the tournament there, and maybe even win a game or two there. Okay, let's get ready here and say hello to the folks here on the show. And hey, you can get more picks from me here today when you go to winnable.com/Ramon. We'll have a drawing at the end of the show. You can win a chance to win a round of picks from me, a month worth of picks from me. And we did have some winners here yesterday with the coverage. So please consider commenting in the chat, and your comments are welcome as part of the show here. As I go down the previews, I like to hear what you have to say and show your picks on the screen. So go ahead and do that, and let me kind of get things set up here on a Monday. We're in February here now. We're on Super Bowl week, man. Can you believe it? Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages here at winnable.com. All right. I want to say hello to the folks in the chat. See who's here with me today. I think we can manage this show here in due time. Blake is starting us off this morning. There's Bobby Mack in the chat. Kane is here today. And right, Nuke, if anybody feels like a Groundhog Day, it's got to be me, I would guess. I mean, we just keep doing this over and over again every day, don't we? But every day is a different day. That's why we love it, you know. Nick Handy is here. R. Thompson is here. Will Rondo joining us today. Paul Romero is here. Hey, Paul Romero's here, everybody. Great to see Paul again. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. And Philly Eagle Flyers here, so you know we'll have some soccer talk here this morning. We've got our regular Monday fixtures. We've got an EPL game. We've got a Serie A game. We've got a game in La Liga today for a trio of top Euro action here today in soccer. All right. Man, I guess we're ready. We went through those comments. It could be a slow day here, maybe in the watching the Grammys last night. Everybody enjoy the Grammys there. I'm a big Grammys fan, but the jokes were a little stale. They could have did better on their old Trump jokes. Man, who's writing these things? Pretty weak actually on the comedy portion of it, but the music was great. I love that. Sometimes I'm not all hip to the music, but I sure did like that. So it didn't win, but the 12 to 12, I really liked that song. I'd never even heard that song, practically a year old. That's how out of it I am, but I thought that was a really good song. Okay, let's get rolling here with the show. Get right to it. I guess we'll start in the NBA. We've just got 4 games only, so I hope you guys are ready to go already. Why not? Let's get rolling here with the previews. Won't take long. All right, here we go. First off, we're going to go right to the action here in the NBA and start it off. Now, we do already have the news here in this one. We've got a time change already. Still trying to work through the weather situation down there in the Carolinas. So we got Pelicans and Hornets here to get us started. This one's at 3:10 Eastern and 12:10 Pacific on a time change here. So we can get this one in early. Hornets favored here by 6.5. Total 232 here in this one. Man, I'm seeing this thing dip even lower here right now with this one. I'm showing Bovada here, so taking it down to 230.5 already, and it was already moving lower overnight from a high of 234.5. So let's see what's going on with this and why we're seeing this total move lower. I'd imagine it might have been just too high to begin with, but you do have Charlotte here. What can you say? Charlotte right now on a winning streak and playing well. 6 straight wins here right now for the Hornets, so they're almost the talk of the league if they weren't so mired in the poor record so far. But they are making some headway. 22-28 right now. They used to be down here with the Hornets, it felt like, with the Pelicans, but here they are favored by 6.5. You know, actually, the Hornets have been a pretty strong cover here too of late. So, even with as hot as the Hornets have been, maybe you could consider uh, that the Pelicans could hang with these guys here today. The Pelicans come in having covered 4 of their last 5 games coming in. They did lose last time out to Philadelphia on Saturday. Uh, 124 to 114, but they were on a cover streak before that. New Orleans is 6-2 against the spread in their 8 games against the Hornets. New Orleans has lost 15 of 20 and gone under in 5 of their last 7 games overall for the Hornets here. They do come in with that winning streak of 6. They've also won 12 of their last 18 games overall, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Charlotte's gone under in 6 of their last 8. So both teams, trending under here. And you think 2 young teams, you might think they're going to get out there and run the court. But Charlotte just 8-15 to the under at home. So they've been going under here in 3 of their last 4 games as well, the ones basically that they covered. So maybe they can get the money here against the Pelicans, who, they're not playing great. We know that. They're just 13-38 overall of the Pelicans, but they've found a way to get the money here quite a bit. So let's see what you have in the chat as we get the show rolling here, and I'll take the picks from you. Let's see what you got. M the Great is here today. All right. Philly Eagle Flyer talking about the soccer matches today. Nuke's no Grammys fan. He doesn't, I don't know. We we know Nuke is an old classic rock and roll guy, although the tribute was pretty good there to the different genres, to the folks that was, man, they lost a lot of musicians died this year. Hey, Robert has the under here at under 231.5, and R. Thompson's on the under here, and Blake says go ahead and lay it with the Hornets today. I'll have to go under in this one. Man, this one's getting away here. I thought I was onto something, but I do like the under here in this one with New Orleans and Charlotte today, and this one down now to 230.5 at Bovada. Wow. Also, it's going under also to DraftKings, 230.5, 231. It's moving right now. I wouldn't be surprised to hear the move here on this one. So, all right, we'll see if we can come up with. There was a little bit. Let me maybe I can run through a few Steam moves that came in. I don't know if there's going to be many while we're here on the show, but one did come in early on, and I'll just mention it because there were also 2 write-in games today, and one of them was Howard and Coppin State. This one was steamed to the over with Howard and Coppin State. It was 145.5, but we did see some steam coming all the way up to 147.5, a write-in game today. And that one is at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Another write-in game at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 Pacific is Gardner Webb at Charleston Southern. That one also 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. The line is 17.5 and 158. I don't think we got that one in our preview because Gardner Webb has 3 wins, but just want to note those 2 added games today, 2 write-in games today. Also, Bethune-Cookman took some steam here while we were getting ready for the show. Bethune-Cookman in their game today against Alabama A&M. Not sure I agree with it, but Bethune-Cookman did take the steam here, and they are -3 now in their matchup at Alabama A&M. Bethune-Cookman opened as low as 1, and they're up to 3.5 here right now. There's also one other time change, but we put in our previews since it's the only day game with Maryland Eastern Shore and North Carolina Central. We'll preview that one. Here's some steam. All right. It worked out. Right now, moving here is Incarnate Word and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. We're seeing some steam here in this one to the over with Incarnate Word and Texas A&M Corpus Christie steamed to the over here. It was 137.5, but we're seeing it move higher here right now as we speak. It's up to 139.5. Incarnate Word and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. All right. Let's keep it going, though, here in the NBA. Return to the previews here, and it's going to be the Rockets. Oh, the Rockers, the Cleveland Rockers. Remember the Cleveland Rockers? That was the WNBA team, right? Cleveland Rockets taking on the Indiana Pacers. NBA action here for a Monday, and the Rockets are favored here on the road by 5.5. I think it's 6 now. And the total here, 219.5. Both teams come in here having won each of their last 2 games. For Houston, wins over Atlanta and Dallas. Coming in for Indiana here, they have back-to-back wins, beat Chicago and Atlanta at home here. They are a home dog here against the Rockets, getting the points. The Rockets here have been pretty good, but hey, they've got some injury woes here for sure. Some concerns in this game tonight. Kevin Durant, he's definitely out with this turned ankle, and he could miss a few more here. We could see him actually sidelined for a little bit. So we know they've already lost Steven Adams here for the rest of the season, and just a little bit of note there for the Rockets and that front court here. Yeah, Şengün will be able to handle the load here a little bit, but the Pacers have been able to cover some spreads here of late. They've done a pretty good job despite their poor record this season. They're playing pretty consistent here. They've covered 6 of their last 7 games at home right now, despite dropping 13 of their last 20 overall. They're 16-10 against the spread at home, and Houston is 19-24 against the spread as a favorite. So not their best roll, that's for sure. Here they've actually gone just 4-8 against the spread. Their last 12 games against Indiana over the last, basically out of the pandemic, I guess. Houston 4-12 against the spread in their last 16 games overall, but they have won 4 of their last 5. They also had some wins over Detroit and Memphis, although they didn't get the money against Memphis. They also lost to the Spurs. So give the Pacers maybe some credit here. I think I'm going to taking some points at home with the Rockets. They'll have to adjust here a little bit with this lineup today, missing KD, and I'd imagine here they're going to end up in this one with a lineup here, probably Thompson, Eason will be in there, obviously, Smith. So see what the Rockets can do. I'm going to take the Pacers plus the points right now. They're playing better here. I don't know if they can get anything going at this point with that just 13 wins on the season, but I'm going to take the Pacers here in this one, plus the points at home against the Rockets. And let's see what the chat has to say. Got Robert here on the Rockets here. All right. And look, Dimitri Mamo's here. He says Pacers are healthy, so he's on them. Dimitri's on them and go under. Our Tom's likes the under here. And Terrell also says take the rickety Rockets here at this point and go ahead and lay it still. -6. All right, now I'm going to take the Pacers, I think. Okay. All right, next up, you got the Minnesota Timberwolves here going up against the Grizzlies. Now, there are some concerns here for sure. Now, we talk about the injuries here with this game. There definitely are some notable injuries right now for Minnesota. Definitely concerns here with both Edwards and Randall injured here for this game. Now, this is another time change. This is the early Peacock game, but do have Memphis struggling here, so not the best for the TV game here today. But for Memphis to come in here on a significant losing streak at this point, having lost 6 in a row, just 1-5 against the spread in those 6 games. Minnesota, meanwhile, they've won and covered 4 out of their last basically 4 straight wins for Minnesota here going the opposite direction. Wins over Golden State, Dallas, Oklahoma City, and Memphis, and they covered the spread, laying it in 3 of those games. They were underdogs against OKC and got that win as well. Did the Minnesota Timberwolves? So playing well here right now, despite just going being 17-22 against the spread as a favorite. But Memphis 9-20 against the spread as an underdog, 10-15 against the spread at home. Memphis has gone over in 6 of the last 8 meetings with the Timberwolves. They've also gone over in 4 of their last 5 at home, but Minnesota's gone under in 4 of their last 6 games overall. Let's see if you have anything in this one here on a Monday with Minnesota on the road here at Memphis. Time change to 7:40 Eastern and 4:40 Pacific time. I think the trends might kind of indicate an under, especially when you got Memphis 11-18 to the under as a dog, and Minnesota 17-22 to the under as a favorite. But Minnesota is 16-9 to the over on the road. I'm going to go over in this one at 230 now. Here I have 229.5 on screen, 230 here at some books. I'm actually going to take the over in this one with Minnesota and Memphis here on Monday night. These two teams met just a few days ago. It was 131-114. Minnesota got the win at Memphis here by 17, laying 11.5. So you can see the injuries there. If indeed those players miss, it is a difference of 3 points in the spread compared to the last game. Minnesota did kind of clobber them here. They might still be able to cover this spread even without those guys the way Memphis is going right now. And Memphis has Jaren Jackson Jr. questionable. Kankar, he is out. Saldama is out as well. We know Ja's been out for a while, but the key here is finding out the injury status, I'm sure, of Julius Randle, thumb injury coming in, and Ant Edwards questionable with a back injury. That sounds a little bit more severe. So I'm going to take the over, though, in this one at 230. I don't know if that total maybe indicates that we'll see at least one of those guys in the lineup, but I just have my concerns that Memphis isn't stopping anybody right now. There's no doubt that Minnesota, if you look, defensive rankings anyway, they are pretty strong in my mind. But here on the road, I'm going to go ahead and take the over in this one. All right, see what we got from the chat here with this one. 89 Legacy was here talking Hornets on the spread, Pacers on the spread. Terrell says can't play it without Ja, but no Ja, no cover, but he might not even play ever again. So maybe the Memphis never covers another game and they lose the rest of the year. Robert's on the over here with me. R. Thompson's on the Wolves, and Terrell's got it 129, 117. I think that's for the Timberwolves. That'd be a big time cover, and that would be a big time over as well. All right, one more, and the NBA's over here. It'll only take us 15 minutes to get through the NBA here. Man, we need some more sports. All right, last up. Got two pretty hot teams here right now. Philadelphia comes in having won 3 games in a row over Milwaukee, Sacramento, and New Orleans. You better win those games. Clippers here, meanwhile, continue to be impressive. Now, they have some injury concerns coming in as well, but they're still a 2-point favorite, total 220.5 here. They might actually be a 2.5-point favorite at some books, but this one is at 10:10 Eastern, 7:10. I'm sorry, 10:10 Eastern, 7:10 Pacific. So a little bit of a time change here from the original time, but James Harden here is questionable in this game. And hey, that's okay, because you know who gets in there when James Harden right now isn't playing, and that's my man Kobe Sanders. Man, Kobe's been terrific with the Clippers. The rookie, I thought he'd be stranded in the G League on the San Diego Clippers. But man, Kobe started 8 games already this season, averaging 8 points. Just fulfilling his role as a rookie, but stepping in when Harden's been out. And I've really been impressed with my man Kobe Sanders this season. I'm totally stoked for him. There's some other guys on the Clippers that are going to need to get it done. I mean, Kobe's just a rookie, and he's just kind of average numbers certainly here. But I just wanted to point him out because he's been so awesome here so far. I know the Sharps are going to be on the Sixers here, but I'm not sure I can do it right now. The Clippers are looking too good. It feels like to me, yeah, maybe no Harden here, but Clippers are only 11-14 against the spread as a favorite, and Philly is still a good road dog. We know one of the best in the league, 14-5-1. ATS are the Sixers, but I have my concerns actually. I think people are going to like the Sixers here. I haven't looked in the chat yet, but I might be on the Clippers myself. These two teams did play their other meeting this season, and it was, let's see here, 110-108. The Sixers got the win at home, but could not cover 5.5 there in that one. So let's see what you have here with the Sixers and the Clippers tonight at the Intuit Dome. Clippers here have won 10 of their last 12. They've covered 4 of their last 5 coming in. They beat Phoenix yesterday, 117-93. So they will be operating on the back-to-back following the road win coming back home here. They had a 3-game road trip. They also beat Utah on that trip. They lost to Denver on the trip. For Philadelphia here, they've won 4 of their last 6 games overall and covered the spread in 5 of their last 7 on the road. They've covered the spread against the Clippers in 14 of the last 20 meetings for a 10-year sample size. Philadelphia's done well against the Clippers. Clippers have gone over in 4 of their last 6 games, and 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two have gone over, including 5 of the last 6 meetings between the clubs here in LA, not at the Intuit Dome, but in LA certainly. All right, let's see what you have here. Close to a toss-up, and the Sixers 12-8 straight up on the road, but 6-14 straight up as an underdog. Let's see what you've got here between the Sixers and the Clippers tonight. I'm going to have to take the Clippers in this one. Maybe I have to lay even 2.5. I'll go into the chat. Like I said, I think it's going to mostly say Sixers, but let me see what anybody's commenting on here. All right, and we've got Good Morning to Bar. He likes the over in this one. And Terrell says we got a light schedule today, huh? So Robert's on Philly there. Our Thompson's on the under here, and Robert is on the over. So we're not quite clicking there together, but good picks, everybody. I'm going to stick with the Clippers in this one today in the matchup against Philadelphia tonight. Oh, man, that's it for the basketball here, huh? All right. Get ready to head over to the college slate here. Just a light college slate for me. I've got 4 games I'll look at here, if that's okay, on our abbreviated schedule. Otherwise, we'll be looking at some teams with single-digit wins and many losses, it seems like, on this card today. But we can look at a few. And the first game is not a great matchup, but I just wanted to preview it since it is our one-day game here today. It is on a time change to 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific time. We'll look at Maryland Eastern Shore and North Carolina Central. Got to look at some games here anyway. And might as well pick one out for our only day game here today. And, to do it, we go to the lowest rated conference in the country. But got the first place team, Maryland Eastern Shore, coming in here 4-1. North Carolina Central 3-1. It's a battle for first place in the MEAC today. So don't laugh here. With this one, they did have to move it up here, like I said, to avoid the weather down there in North Carolina. For Eastern Shore, they do come in here 8-14 overall, and NC Central is 7-12. But both teams obviously playing well in conference, despite the fact they both lost their last game, both lost their first game, I should say, in conference play. Maryland Eastern Shore lost at Delaware State. 65 to 57. Delaware State picked up their first conference win of the season in that one. And Maryland Eastern Shore was favored by 2.5 on the road, but a little bit of a clunker there. Still, they are 8-4 against the spread as an underdog, 12-8 against the spread overall. Remember, these good teams in these conferences will have good spread records because they're probably good enough teams to have covered many of their games, getting all those points in the non-conference part of the season. Same holds true for North Carolina Central. They're 9-6 against the spread overall, although 2-0 against the spread as a favorite here so far. These were in conference play. They covered against Coppin and Morgan here as part of a 3-game winning streak before losing last game to Howard. 83 to 69. They lost by 14 points at home to the Bison in that one, but still this one looms large for the regular season. We know in this conference you got to win the conference tournament to advance here, but see what you got with these two. Maryland Eastern Shore, North Carolina Central. You got Corey Carvey of NC Central here leading the way, but let's go to the chat, see what you have with these two. The two teams have not yet met so far this season. I'll go to the chat first. Why not? Robert here likes the under at 134.5. Art Toms likes Maryland Eastern Shore in this one. All right, and I think that might be it from the chat here with this game. That's okay. But again, top two teams here in the MEAC right now. Maryland Eastern Shore comes in 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 overall. They've gone just 3-7 straight up, and 3-17 straight up in the last 20 games against North Carolina Central, and just 5-11 against the spread against NC Central here. Still, they got to lay it a little bit at minus 3.5. It's still 3.5. It's down to 3 right now, and this total continues to drop as well. Let me fix the total, actually. I'm showing now down as low as 133.5 just moments ago. I had a Square offshore book, and maybe it's gone down to 3 here. There we go. North Carolina Central's covered 6 of their last 7 games overall, and they've won 12 of their last 16 at home dating back to last year. They have lost 13 of their last 20, but again, in conference play, they've been just fine so far. Both these teams getting it done. Okay, I guess I got to make my pick here in this one. Look, there's been some heavy pressure to the under. I don't even know if I can stay under here right now, but the Sharps have been pounding this under like they know tomorrow, like they know the final score. So I'm going to go ahead and take, you know what? I'm going to take the old double play here, and I'll take, I like North Carolina Central considerably more than, let me just take North Carolina Central. I'm leaning to the under for sure. I mean, the Sharps are all over the under here. North Carolina Central 1-3 to the under at home. Eastern Shore 7-9 to the under on the road, although NC Central did go over in both those games as a favorite. So better just stick with NC Central here. I think they'll be able to get it done between these two. Although Maryland Eastern Shore has won both meetings last season, or I should say Let me make sure this. Taking a look here, they did play in the conference tournament there last year. So NC Central won at home, Eastern Shore won at home, and then the conference tournament, I believe, was a win for Eastern Shore, 68-59 as an underdog. So I'm going to go with North Carolina Central here in this one. Okay, let's see here. Terrell says maybe under here in the first half, be a little clunky there. And Greg says North Carolina Central owes them from beatdown here. Okay, I don't. All right, I don't see them play. Is that this season? I don't think they've played just yet. So help me out on that. I think this is the first meeting between the two teams. I'm going to look here now. You got me curious. Okay, Eastern Shore. No, both meetings are still yet to come here this season. They'll play again on March the 2nd, second to last game of the season. That one could loom large, but again, you got to win the conference tournament here anyways. Okay, past beatdowns through the years. Okay, let's move on here with the action in college ball. And we'll go to Syracuse on the road taking on North Carolina. All right, we got some big-time ACC action here tonight with Carolina ranked 16th right now, putting things together. 3 straight wins here for the Heels coming in. Wins over Notre Dame, Virginia, and Georgia Tech. They were favored in 2 of those games and did cover. For Syracuse, they're coming off a good win, 86-72 over Notre Dame, a 5.5-point favorite there at home, and they were able to knock out Notre Dame to snap a losing streak. Actually, Syracuse was having their struggles actually into that game. For the Qs here, just right now, they are 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 meetings between these two teams. They have not met yet this season, although last year Carolina won it 88-82 at the Carrier Dome, or whatever they call it nowadays. Mike said Carolina was favored by 9 in that one. They did not get the money. For Carolina here, they've won 12 straight games at home this season. They are 16-4 here, 17-4 overall this season. Syracuse comes in 13-9. North Carolina's gone over in 7 straight games coming in, but the widely reported steam actually came in on the under. Let me see here. The total now is, well, that's still 156. Still 156.5 here with this one. I understand the steam went to the under, but I would think it'd be a higher scoring game between these two teams. Syracuse comes in 5-1 to the over on the road. Carolina's definitely been going over here of late. They've gone over, like I said, in 7 straight games right now. So the trends favor the over, but the steam obviously is on the under. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over here. So let's chime in, see what you got in this one with the spread up here. I believe it's even up to 12.5 possibly. It's got to be at least 12. There are some 12.5s. In fact, mostly 12.5. Let's just call it 12.5. Man, that's getting up there. That is getting up there for sure, but I'm sure Carolina can handle this one. Let's see what you got. I think I'm just going to take the over here. Look, there's not a lot of value. Maybe it was, like I said, as low as 153.5, but I'm going to try the over in this one with Syracuse and North Carolina. North Carolina is 9-6 to the over as a favorite. Syracuse is 5-3 to the over as an underdog. So I'm going to go with the over in this one. Greg says 85-72. He's got North Carolina taking care of business here. Bobby Mack's on the over in this one. So is our Toms. And Greg says Syracuse has no chance in this game. Double-digit underdogs here. And Terrell says the spread in total went up 3 points on each of them. Oh my goodness, yeah. North Carolina opened as low as what, a 10-point favorite at some books, and as low as 153.5 on the total here. So, yeah, I'm not getting the best of the number here. Twisted's here. He says the Heels will not cover 12.5. Even at home right now, it'd be hard enough just to win this game. So, yeah, I mean, I have my hesitation as well. But, hey, they're 9-4 against the spread at home. Syracuse just 2-4 against the spread on the road. So, I'll take the over here in this one. All right, how about we got another? At least we got some big games. Okay, here we go with McNeese State and Stephen F. Austin. This is a big one here as we go to the action in the Southland Conference here today. The two of the better teams here in the Southland with Stephen F. Austin. They're currently in first place, 12-1 record. McNeese is in second place. They're 11-2. Good. Talk about good records, right? Stephen F. Austin, 19-3 overall. McNeese, 18-4. One of these teams probably isn't going to make the tournament, even though these are very strong records. I mean, we know what we're dealing with here with the Southland. Not a terrible conference, but a little bit of a shocker here right now with Stephen F. Austin leading by a game in the standings, and here they are at home. They've been the much better cover between the two standout teams right now. McNeese comes in on a 4-game winning streak with wins over Corpus Christi, New Orleans, Southeast Louisiana, and Lamar, although they did fail to cover in the last 2 games. But again, they were favored by double digits in all those games because McNeese, we know that, how strongly rated they are here this season. Recognized here in the last 2 years as being one of the strongest teams in these lower conferences. I don't even want to slight the Southland. I mean, the Southland is ranked ahead of at least a dozen other conferences here. Stephen F. Austin, meanwhile, one of the best spread teams in the country. They're 16-4 against the spread, 8-1 against the spread at home, 3-1 against the spread as an underdog. Oh, interestingly, guys, Syracuse is getting steamed right now. We're seeing it was, like I said, what did we say, up to 12.5? Well, it's getting hit back the other way. It's back down to 11.5 here right now. Syracuse is taking steam against North Carolina as we speak, right after we preview the game. Wow. Okay, but we're talking about this big one.
Steam play.
We were. Kansas is getting steamed right now. Full disclosure, Kansas is going to be my pick here in a moment against Texas Tech. I got to mention it right now because of the steam coming in. I do like Kansas plus the points, but we're not going to be getting as much. This one's on the move here currently, and it's quickly down to 3.5 from 4.5 or so here. Kansas and Texas Tech in that big game today. Okay, let's see what you got here. You got Stephen F. Austin. Like I said, they've been crushing here as well. Great against the spread here of late. Stephen F. Austin's won 7 straight. They've covered 12 of their last 14. They've actually gone under in 11 of their last 16 games coming in, although 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. The first meeting, though, did go under. It was just 66-64. The Cowboys won it at home. They were favored by 10.5 in that one. So, look, this should be, way closer rated, I would think. Stephen F. Austin has a pretty darn good team here. Certainly good enough to continue to compete with McNeese right now. Yes, you got Keon Thompson here of Stephen F. Austin. And, McNeese has their great combo with Larry Johnson and Tyshawn Archie here. Maybe they've got the better stars on the team, but You got to take these points. I think they could win this game. I'm going to take Stephen F. Austin here for sure in the game today against McNeese, and maybe it is the top game of the day there in the Southland. All right, just some steam coming in here a moment ago with Boston U in their matchup today with Holy Cross. Boston U was like a 1-point favorite, but they're moving higher here right now. BU is up to -3.5 on the road against Holy Cross today. Pretty big move here on BU in their matchup with Holy Cross. Let's see what you got, McNeese and SFA here. All right, I'm really gonna like this game for sure. Here's Robert on McNeese, but Dimitri likes SFA at home. Twisted will lean to McNeese, and he pointed out that other game there earlier in the season. And also Barr, he likes McNeese to win outright and the over. Twisted said, yeah, Stephen F. Austin, not only they're undefeated at home, it should be pointed out, 11-0 this season. Man, the steam's hot for a limited schedule. Here's Grambling right now taking some steam in their matchup against Alcorn tonight. The more SWAC action here. Grambling was a 4.5-point favorite. They're up to 6.5 here. The Tigers on the road. They're over Alcorn. Just took the steam just moments ago. Hey, Super True Stories here says take Syracuse in the first half there. Maybe it was Super True Stories steaming the game there. Greg says SFA to win, but I don't know. That wouldn't be a cover necessarily, but it would be an under, I think. And Greg, oh no, he's got SFA. He says wrong team favorite. Oh, gotcha, Greg. And Eric Acevedo liked Syracuse back there in that other one plus those points. So, okay, I got to take Stephen F. Austin in the big game. Ooh. Man, I was up late watching the Grammys there. All right. I think that's it for the. Oh no, I got one more. Hold on here. I got one more on the call. Oh yeah, we just talked about it, so we'll talk about it here briefly. The steam just came in on the Jayhawks, and man, I like the Jayhawks here in the matchup with Texas Tech today. Look, Texas Tech has been so solid. I think people do like them generally at home here as well, but Kansas all of a sudden has been hot. Really impressive in some of these games, including that last one against BYU. Coach is back. Coach Self is healthy. Well, hopefully he's healthy. And they just beat BYU 90-82 in a wild, high-scoring game at home. But, man, Kansas here on a winning streak coming in. No doubt, Texas Tech also pretty strong here and a good home team for sure. Kansas comes in here right now having won 5 straight and 5 in a row against the spread as well. But they are just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games against the Red Raiders. Texas Tech has won 5 of their last 6, although they did lose last time out to UCF on the road, 88-80 as a 4.5-point favorite. Texas Tech's gone 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. Tech has gone over in 4 of their last 5, but Kansas has gone under in 4 of their last 5. The two teams have not yet met this season. Texas Tech did win last year's meeting at Lawrence, 78-73 is a 3.5-point dog. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Hey, Corpus Christi's taking some steam right now. We mentioned that game earlier, but right now, Corpus Christi taking the steam. We said the steam came in on the over, and now here it comes on Corpus Christi. They were a 5-point favorite, but right now, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, the Islanders taking the steam here up to -7 at some books here right now at Circa in their matchup with Incarnate Word. Okay. Anyways, I think I'm on Kansas. I already announced it, so see what you guys have in this one. here in Lubbock. All right, and let's see what you got here with these two. And Trooper True said, "What about Peterson?" Right? I mean, Peterson and what we're saying with his 24 minutes per game. We know he gets in there and usually plays, and then is injured by halftime. So I think we're expecting him in here today, but can he last? Can he play the whole game? Texas Tech coming off that loss to UCF there. 78-73 in that last one. R. Thompson's on Kansas here. Eric says go over and bar. Likes the over as well. Oh, Eric was on the over in the Syracuse game there. Sorry about that. All right. Alabama State just took some steam here in their matchup against Florida A&M. Alabama State was a 2-point favorite, but right now they've just moved higher to -4. Seeing some significant moves on these games. Alabama State now a 4-point favorite, in their matchup today with Florida A&M. All right, I guess that's a look at the colleges today. A few games here, and we're going to have a big NHL card, so might as well get into it. We got 10 games tonight on the ice, and again, we'll be do have more games this week. I think on the last show here.
Steam play. Final.
Let's get one more Steam play here before we move on to the college board here just seconds ago. Florida A&M and Alabama State. We have some steam here on the under in that one with Florida A&M on the road and Alabama State. We just said Alabama State got moved, and now here's the under. So you wonder if this is some type of personnel related with Florida A&M. These games are a little harder to track, but nonetheless, the steam did come in here just now on the under with Florida A&M and Alabama State. It's moved lower here to 140.5. It was this one was as high as 144, and now 144.5, and now we're down to 140.5 here at some books with Florida A&M and Alabama State. Those teams kind of go under too. Okay, let's go to the ice here with a 10-game card tonight, and we'll start it off. All right, let's fire up the goalie computer because I'm not sure. Looking at these goalies, I think some of these are already wrong. The Ottawa Senators are on the road taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Two teams pretty hot here right now. Of course, Pittsburgh is the hotter team. Ottawa's won 3 straight coming into this one. And, do we have the matchup right here with these goalies? Like I said, I feels like I thought for the Senators here, I was actually expecting let me look here. All right, well, Pittsburgh anyway comes in here red hot right now with a winning streak. Also, like I said, Ottawa's won 3 straight coming in. They've also won 7 of the last 8 meetings against the Penguins overall. Penguins come in here having won 6 straight games. They've gone over in 6 of their last 8. Ottawa's gone over in 6 of their last 9 coming into this one. 5 straight meetings between the two teams have gone under here. So let's see what you got. I'm trying to make sure I got these goalies right, though. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm going to go with Reimer. I think Reimer's probably in there for the Senators today, it feels like. I don't know if I have total confirmation on that. Let me know what you guys think here of this one. If you have any opinion, you got Pittsburgh here is, it's a near pick 'em now. The move has kind of been to Ottawa here a little bit. like I said, you look at this season series between these two overall, and Ottawa's done very, very well, 7-1 in the last 8 meetings with Pittsburgh. And like I said, they've been going under for the most part here. So let's see what you have in this one with Ottawa and Pittsburgh tonight. And like I said, these two teams are pretty solid overs this season. In fact, Ottawa's gone over in 17 of their 26 road games. Pittsburgh's 16-10 to the over at home. So I think these two teams mostly trend over, but the series is an under series. The two teams did meet back in December, was 4-0. Ottawa got the win at home. Let me go to the chat here on this one. And okay, here we go. Right, Twisted says they got a lot of movement because there's a limited schedule in basketball. I kind of agree with that, right? Robert's on the Penguins here. Here's Robert also on the over here. R. Thompson's on the over as well. And Greg says Senators 4-3 here in this one. All right. Yeah, I'll have to wish I knew more about this particular one with the goalie situation here, but I'm with you guys. Give me the over. I'm going to take the over here. At 6.5. A bar went under, though, by the way. Philly Eagle Flyer, right? Same thing here. I mean, a lot of times, yes, the goalies are the concerns of this particular matchup. Allmark and the one in question, it feels like, with Allmark there and also with Reimer, maybe a little bit of difference here, but I'm going to take the over. Bar did go under, like we said. And is there steam? Steve Zhang here. Hi, Steve. He says, is it steaming in here? It is, Steve. Good to have you in the chat. Philly Eagle Flyer says on the draw. All right, next up. Good matchup here. Buffalo coming in here, taking on Florida. Well, Florida's having some struggles here of late, but they're still playing well enough here. They've definitely had a few L's along the way. They're 28, 23, and 3, but and on a losing streak right now. But we know they've starting to pick it up here a little bit. Favored in this one, only $1.25 here. In fact, it's even lower than that. I'm showing it down to $1.15 right now. The Panthers do come in here a little bit banged up. And the total here, let me fix this total, though. It's 6/15 for the most part. There we go. Okay. What is the ESPN bumping in here with? Okay, they just haven't not a bulletin necessarily, but they are talking about that incident where the Tuskegee University coach was led off the court in handcuffs. They were doing the, I believe, the sportsmanship line, and did end up putting the handcuffs on him. I think a lot of people did see that viral video yesterday. It did look like a little bit overstepping the bounds, and I mean, maybe we'll read it here later on and get the backstory to it. It did look kind of awkward there to, put the handcuffs on the guy, but we did see that incident there yesterday. Okay, let's talk about this one here, though. Florida hosting the Sabres here. Buffalo 31-18-5. They did lose to Montreal last time out, but Buffalo only loses a game or two here. They just get right back on the horse the way things are going. Still, they are an underdog here, but only $1.15 now. There's definitely been a move here to Buffalo, at least 20 cents, it feels like. And Buffalo here, they're the profitable team. Florida has not been profitable. We know that, but they're starting to pick it up here a little bit, despite the 3 straight losses. But in general, Florida's trying to work their way back up the standings. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games at home, however. Buffalo's 12-2 in their last 14 on the road. Florida does own the series against the Sabres, but we know the Sabres have been, pretty weak for a few years here. Not much match for Florida. Florida's won 17 of the last 13 meetings between the two teams, but Buffalo had won 5 straight before losing that last game. 6 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under here in Florida, and 9 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams have gone under overall. So we can take a look at this one with Buffalo and Florida here. Look, Buffalo taking the action here. Yes, there are some injuries for Florida coming into this one, but I don't know. It feels like a discount to me. Marchand, though, is questionable here. Lundell is questionable as well. So a couple key players sidelined here possibly for Florida today. I'm going with Florida in this one. Look, we've been on Buffalo plenty. I'm sure we'll get back on them again. They don't lose 2 in a row here right now very often, but I don't know if I can pass up $1.15 here with Florida. We're really happy with the Sabres. I hope they keep on going here right now. The two teams did meet just a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. It was 4-3 Florida got the win at Buffalo in that one. Florida is 22-16 to the over as a favorite, but Buffalo's 11-16 to the under as a dog. I'm going to go with Florida in this one. Let's see what you got in the chat. Okay, and Robert's on the Sabres here. Billy Eagle Flyer says maybe it'll be a draw, regulation draw. R. Tom's on the Panthers here. Greg says Buffalo steals it. And Jordy's on the Panthers. I'm going to take the Panthers in this one. Next up, we've got the Islanders on the road taking on the Capitals. This one, another one where the lines drop significantly. We're seeing the Capitals are as low here as $1.20. I'm showing $1.15 at Circa. Right now, total 6 over 20 here. Get these totals right. I was struggling on the graphics there, it looks like. Okay. Hey, the Islanders come in. Did lose last time out. That stopped a 3-game winning streak as they lost to Nashville on Saturday night, 4-3. Before that, they had knocked off the Rangers in back-to-back games in a home and home. For Washington here, meanwhile, they've won 2 straight, beating Detroit and Carolina for a couple of impressive wins here. But, we know that the Islanders 15-10 on the road, also 21-14 as an underdog. No wonder the moves on the Islanders here a little bit. Washington 15-10 at home this season. These two teams did meet back in November. It was 4-1. Washington got the win at the Islanders. For the Islanders here, they come in having lost 6 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. Washington's dropped 6 of their last 9 games overall. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams in Washington have gone under. And for the last 5 meetings overall have gone under, but Washington's gone over in 6 of their last 8 games overall. Islanders have gone under in 14 of their last 19 games on the road. Got Sorokin in here. Let me see. Is Thompson really in goal? I think it's actually... And even in that last one, we had Bobrovsky. I think Tarasov might be in there for the Panthers today. And could we see Stevenson here today for the Capitals again? He won his first meeting. He won his first start there since coming up from Hershey. And I'm going to... Yeah, I think it's going to be Stevenson here in this one. I got 2 sites with Stevenson. There we go. But you still have Sorokin in here, who's done a great job so far this season. Now, maybe no value left here with the Islanders. The move apparently has been on the Islanders here uh, in this one. Let's see what you got in the chat here with the Isles on the road. I like the over in this one. I'm going to take the over here with the Islanders and the Capitals. If we got the Stevenson in here, good job to win his first game there. But I'm going to go over in this one at 6/20. Okay, in the chat, we've got Greg's on the Islanders 3-2. Robert's got the Islanders here on the road as well. Our tops is on the under. And Bill Eagle Flyer also expecting Stevenson in there. So maybe it'll go overtime. Look at this. Caps gone over in the last 4 Caps games. 3 have gone to overtime. Wow. All right, next up, got the Canadians here taking on the Wild. This has been a one-sided series over the years for sure. Montreal, though, comes in having won 3 straight. Whoops, where's my... Oh, I just have the wrong... have the wrong team name in there. Whatever. Okay. Got the Wild here, favorite $1.25, 6.5 over 15 or so. The Wild have owned the series over the years against the Canadians, despite the fact they've played just twice a year. It's been one-sided big time here. Minnesota has won 10 straight games at home against Montreal. That's basically over the last 10 years. And also, Montreal just 1-9 in the last 10 games against Minnesota overall over the last 5 years. So it's been all Minnesota when these two teams meet. Minnesota favored here in this one. They've already met just about 2 weeks ago, and Montreal won. That was the one win they basically had over the last 5 years against this team. It was a 4-3 win for Montreal at home over the Wild for the first time in the last 10 meetings. Minnesota's gone over in 10 of their last 11 games coming in, and Montreal's also gone over in 9 of their last 13 games on the road. Seems like we're going to have some goal fest here with this one. Montreal comes in 15-6 on the road this season, but Minnesota 16-6 at home right now. Montreal is at 18-13 as an underdog. Pretty nice record here, and gosh, you want to think that the baby favors Montreal, but you got to say, even with an interconference game like this, there's got to be something to the season series between these two teams. I know the Sharps are all over Montreal here, but I can't do it. I'm going to take Minnesota to keep this going here against this team. They obviously have some type of advantage here over Montreal, but I know the Sharps are going to be all over Montreal in this one. I just can't do it. I've got to take Minnesota here in this one. All right, and it's going to be Robert on the over, and Phil Eagle Flyer likes the over trifecta, and also the Wild on the money line here in this one. The Blues are on the road taking on the Predators here. Predators a considerable favorite here, $1.45 maybe here. I don't see any more $1.55. So, man, the Dogs are taking the action here today. If you like favorites, you're going to be getting a discount on most of these games, it feels like, in the NHL tonight. For Nashville here, they are coming in off of a win over the Islanders, 4-3. They had lost 3 straight before that, but Nashville is 8-6 as a favorite overall, and St. Louis 7-15 on the road here so far this season. St. Louis has had their share of struggles for sure. They've lost 6 of their last 7 overall and 8 straight on the road. Nashville's lost 5 of their last 7, but St. Louis also has defeated Nashville in 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two. St. Louis has gone over in 4 of their last 5. Nashville's gone over in 7 of their last 9. 13 of the last 18 meetings between These two teams have gone over. I don't know if this one's going to go over. I better just go to the side in this one. I'm going to take Nashville here in the matchup with the Blues. They did meet back in December. Blues won at home 3-2, and they also, but Nashville did win 5-2 at St. Louis and 7-2 at home. So they're wrapping up their fourth game here tonight with these two. I'm taking Nashville at home. A little bit of a discount. Give me the Predators here to win over the Blues on Monday night. All right, Greg says it'll be 3-2, and Robert's got the Blues. All right, we're halfway through the schedule here on a Monday night. Let's go next up with the Sharks taking on the Blackhawks. Hey, there was a time when these were the two lowlifes of the Western Conference, but right now San Jose has been playing so well. They have lost 2 in a row here with losses to Edmonton and Calgary. They played well in those games. I mean, San Jose continues to play well. No matter how you look at it. Yeah, they lost those games in there, but the Edmonton game was an overtime game, and they did blow that game late in the third period to Calgary. It was 2-2 going in the third period. Calgary got a home win. They're going to win at home once in a while for sure. Chicago has dropped 5 straight games coming in. They've lost 7 of their last 8 games at home, although Chicago has won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams here in Chicago. For San Jose here, they've lost 5 of their last 7 overall to San Jose. But again, they've been so strong here of late. Remember, they had wins over the Rangers of Vancouver last week and continue to surprise and are the most profitable team in the league. Chicago, not so much. In fact, Chicago this season is down 5 units at home this season. They're actually up 4.5 units on the road. But we know San Jose up nearly 14.5 units this season, and they're up nearly 7 units on the road here. So see what you got in this one. San Jose playing well, still is always a little bit of a struggle on the road, but playing a team in Chicago here that's on a losing streak right now. So, all right, let's see what you have in the chat with our matchup here. Scaroff and Knight, is that the case? Man, I'm really struggling to get these goalies right today. Okay, no, I think that is the matchup. That's what I've got the matchup at for sure in this one. I'm going to take the under here with the Sharks and the Blackhawks today. Give me the under with these two. The line may be getting away a little bit here. No, I think that's still the price. In fact, I'd rather take the 6.5, obviously, with this one, but could be 6 over as well. These two teams have not yet met this season. You have San Jose here, only a favorite for the 4th time. They are 1-3 to the under as a favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under with these two on Monday night. San Jose's gone under in 6 of their last 8 and 5 of their last 7 on the road. All right, and let's see what we got here from the chat. Sharks for Jordy. Philly Eagle Flyer going over in the Predators game. Greg says 4-3 Sharks. Robert's on the Sharks as well. And Philly Eagle Flyer says take the over and maybe a draw. So 3-3 in the regulation. Okay, let's go next to the Jets and the Stars here in this one. You've got the Jets here on the road. They're a bit of an underdog. I think this one's another one where the move has come in big time to the underdog here. So if you like your discounts on favorites, why not? The Stars are down to $1.50 minimum here. maybe about a 20-cent move total, 5.5 over, maybe minus 115, minus 120 or so. Dallas comes in here having won 4 straight games coming in, but I don't know. Uh, I'm not saying the Jets are live, but we've obviously seen a bit of a move here right now. Uh, uh, Winnipeg is just 5-16 as an underdog this season. Dallas has been so solid, 32-14-9. They did have a bit of a hiccup there for a while, but have now won 4 straight games over St. Louis twice. They beat Vegas, they beat Utah, so they're on a little bit of a roll. And yeah, because Winnipeg is kind of a weak team on the road, weak team in general, but they're down nearly 8 units on the road this season. Dallas, meanwhile, at home, 14-7-3. They're not exactly profitable at home because they're favored by such a strong price, but this price really isn't that big of a problem. I just kind of like Winnipeg here. Maybe I better go to the total in this one. I mean, that's going to be a tall order here with even with Hellebuck in there against Ottinger here. I'm going to go under in this one at 5.5. Give me the under with Winnipeg and Dallas here. These two teams met back in December. It was 4-3 in favor of the Stars. Got the win at Winnipeg. Dallas is 10-14 to the under at home. Winnipeg's 14-7 to the over as an underdog. The Jets here have lost 13 of their last 20 games overall. They've also lost 5 of the last 6 games against the Stars. Dallas has won 5 of their last 6 games coming in. Dallas and Winnipeg have gone under in 13 of their last 16 matchups. Dallas has gone under in 7 of 10, and Winnipeg has gone under in 5 of their last 7. So I'll go with the under here with the Jets and Dallas today. And Robert here is on the Jets on the money line. Line Legacy likes Dallas. And Philly Eagle Flyer had that Ducks game, right? I had the over in that game too, Philly Eagle Flyer. And, it was 4-2, obviously, the Ducks. And then got that late goal with just seconds remaining there. But I think Stoney got it for the cover, for the total. Greg says 3-2 Dallas, and Jordy likes under in the Jets game. All right, we got 3 more here on the show. Hopefully we've had an okay show. Feels like maybe because there hasn't been a lot of great games. All right, Red Wings and Avalanche here in this one. You got Gibson. Oh, boy, let me look at these goalies again. Because I think Blackwood might be in there. Let's see. We'll say this, though. We talked earlier about I said I didn't know if Bobrovsky, it might be Tarasov, but Bobrovsky is in there today. That one has been just confirmed here within the last few minutes, I think, that Bobrovsky will be in there today. Okay, and I'm going to go with Blackwood here for Colorado. And, it could be Talbot actually today for the Red Wings here. Let's see. A couple sites are on Gibson still. Anyway, maybe we don't know where quite with the Red Wings yet. We do know that Colorado's a pretty big favorite here, but another one where the favorite's down to about $1.90 here for the most part. $2 at stations here in Las Vegas. Total 6.5 under at minus 120 here. With this one, these two teams just met, right, the other day. Colorado was able to get the win in that one, 5-0 at Detroit. So Colorado's won 4 straight meetings between the two teams. Colorado, of course, yes, having an incredible season, but again, this has been their biggest taste of failure, if you will, in those last few games. Amazingly, Colorado's lost 6 of their last 9 games overall coming in, but Detroit has always struggled right now against Colorado over the last 3 seasons. Just 1-14 straight up are the Red Wings here. Still, the Sharps are going to be taking them here at this price for sure. And, I probably wanted to, despite that overall dominance. I know the puck line's a little bit high here, probably at $1.50, but Red Wings are playing well enough. I mean, I've got to consider them here, plus the goal and a half, I think, against Colorado today. As good as Colorado's been, Detroit's been pretty solid here for sure. I know they've lost 3 in a row here to LA, Washington, and Colorado, all at home, but let's send them out on the road and see if they can get this one. I'll take him at plus 1.5 and minus $1.50 here. In this one. Detroit's won 4 of their last 6 on the road, despite dropping 4 of their last 5 overall. 6 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. You'd think this one also, could be an over today. Detroit is 17-12 to the over as a dog, despite the fact that these guys are kind of just average with overs and unders. I got to take the Red Wings in this one, plus 1.5 at minus 150, despite losing 14 of the last 15. I guess it'll be 1-goal game. Maybe Colorado wins by 1, huh? Detroit's got to win sometime against these guys. And right now, Colorado's obviously at a season low point. I think that's fair to say. Despite winning the last one, I'll take Detroit to kind of bounce back here off of the 5-0 loss to hang in there. Okay, Robert's on the Red Wings as well. Puck line. Greg says 4-3 Colorado as well. Philly Eagle Flyer likes it. Draw at regulation. He says this is a good night for the draws. 9 Legacy's on the Avalanche puck line, and Jordy's on the Avalanche on the money line. All right, yeah, that seems like the featured game of the night, doesn't it? Even with a $2 price, funny enough, huh? Okay, a couple more here. We got Vancouver on the road taking on the Mammoth. Vancouver won a game last week. They beat Anaheim, although they lost to Toronto on Saturday night, 3-2. Vancouver just 18-31-6 overall. Utah 21-14 is a favorite, 15-8 at home. Massive price here with the Mammoth in this. Are they really now $2.75 here right now? That some of the books offshore, they definitely are up to $2.75 here against the Canucks today, and they might just lay them out. Actually, I probably will take the Mammoth here take 1 puck line here anyway. Utah comes in having won 4 of their last 5 at home. They're 9-4 in their last 13 overall. 12-23 as a puck line favorite. Vancouver only 25-19 as a puck line underdog. These two teams met back in December. It was 4-1. Mammoth got the win at home, so they've already covered a puck line here at home this season on these guys. Vancouver and Utah have gone under in 6 of their last 7 games, but man, is really Vancouver going to be able to stop Utah and have an under here with these guys? Utah's gone over in 5 of their last 7. Vancouver's lost 5 straight to Utah. They've also lost 6 straight on the road, and they've dropped 15 of their last 17 games overall. So I'm going to go ahead and take the puck line here with the Mammoth today. Give me Utah minus the 1.5 at home here against the Canucks. In the chat, it is Greg has it only 4-3, but 9 Legacy's on the puck line here. Jordy will just take the money line. Robert's going over in this one, and our Tomps likes the over here with this game. And one more here tonight. The Maple Leafs will be taking on the Calgary Flames here in Calgary tonight. Got the Maple Leafs on the road. They're down to $1.15. I'll say it. To me, I don't know. I could go over it again, but it looks like the move has been on every underdog today. Total here is 6.5 under, maybe 6 over, but here we go. All right, Toronto coming in 25, 21, and 9. Calgary 22, 26, and 6. Both teams coming in off of a win that closed losing streaks. I think that's the only way I could put it. Toronto got a 3-2 win at Vancouver last time out. It was a shootout there on Saturday. Calgary, meanwhile, they were able to knock off San Jose, aforementioned. They beat them 3-2 in regulation. Toronto's won 7 straight meetings with Calgary. Calgary just 1-5 straight up in their last 6, although, they're still 14-9 at home this season. They are 14-26 as an underdog, but this one's closely rated. Toronto's lost 6 of their last 7. Calgary's lost 5 of their last 6. Toronto's gone over in 8 of their last 11 overall and 5 of their last 6 on the road. Calgary, however, has gone under in 5 of their last 6 and 4 of their last 5 at home. But Toronto, 18-9 to the over as a favorite here. And, if you look at these two teams, it feels like they're over teams. Toronto 32-23 to the over this season. Go to the chat here in the last game of the day, and then I guess the show's over. Here, look, the Sharps are going to be on Calgary. I know that, but I don't know if I want to take them in this matchup. So give me Toronto here in this one. I'm going to take Toronto. I'm going to kind of fade the Sharps here. It feels like I'm going to fade the Steam here. I don't know. I mean, I would think Calgary, they might be a favorite here by the time this one goes off. And is it Cooley in there? Is it Coolio? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's go to the chat, and I guess the show's over here. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me today. 9 Legacies on the Flames. R. Thompson's on the Flames. Robert's on the Flames. Everyone loves the Flames. I took the Leafs. Me and Philly Eagle Flyer. Jordy's on the over, and Philly Eagle Flyer's on Utah on the over. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody, for a great time here on a Monday. Wasn't the most thrilling card, but hey, we got lots of hockey tonight, so maybe we could get some winners here on the ice. All right, we're going to do the drawing, and then we're out of here. Let's hear from Mikey Money for Winnable.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Whoops. Okay, here we go. Bring me in here. There we go. Let's do the drawing. Good luck to you today. You're going to win 1 month of my plays, and we've been pretty hot on college basketball over the last week, that's for sure. Here's the drawing. Got Philly Eagle Flyer. We got Nuke. We got Jordy. We got Terrell in there. We got Greg. We got Eric. We got Twisted, and the winner is Jordy. Jordy, if you want to get the picks from me over at Winnable, just use the promo code WINNER when you sign up for 1 month. And you get 1 free month over there of the picks. Check them out, and we'll try to bring home some winners. Look, it's always nice to have some other suggestions in your pocket. These come out a little bit closer to game time, 60 to 30 minutes before game time. So, all right, that's going to do it. Thanks for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. We'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam here this week. And get your ready. Super Bowl week, man. Going to be great. Right now, the line currently holding at 4.5 and the total 45 for this Sunday's game in Santa Clara. Hey, have a great Monday. We'll catch you back here tomorrow with more Morning Steam. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.